Good afternoon, children. Welcome to chemistry class of class 7. In the previous classes, we have discussed about type of chemical reactions. Okay, there are mainly 4 types. We have discussed about that, and we have along with that we have discussed some of the additional changes also. That is exothermic reactions, endothermic reactions. Okay, exothermic means which will be giving out heat energy. Endothermic means which will be observing heat energy. Now let us see few more reactions, that is precipitation reaction, neutralization reaction, photochemical reaction, oxidation reaction, reduction reaction, as well as redox reaction. So now, what is precipitation? Did you listen any time precipitation? Yes, we have learned about water cycle. Then we have learned the word precipitation. What is precipitation here? Whatever the clouds are formed due to tiny droplets of water, as it comes with a cool breeze, as it touches cool breeze, what happens? It changes into rain. That means it falls as the rain. The process of changing the clouds into water. That means the clouds will be dispersing. The clouds give away the water in the form of rain. That is called as precipitation, right? So here precipitation reaction is also same. That means where it combines with another compound or chemical and gives out the precipitate, which gives out liquid. Okay, so here precipitation reaction, silver nitrate is combined with the hydrochloric acid. Okay, so this silver nitrate is combined with the hydrochloric acid and gives out silver chloride as a precipitate. Precipitate is always denoted by a downward symbol. Okay, that means it falls, it gives out the liquid. So here silver nitrate, when combined with the hydrochloric acid, gives out silver nitrate. Okay, so here silver nitrate is considered as the precipitate. Okay, so when two compounds mix, there may be a formation of one or more precipitates. Okay, next is neutralization reaction. Neutralization itself says we have acids, bases, and salts. Yes or no? To use the word they are neutralized. To neutralize an acid, what we have to add? Okay. To neutralize a base, what we have to add? Okay. That process, that reactions are called as neutralization reactions. Okay. To make neutral, not acid, not base. To make acid into neutral, what we have to add? We have to add a base. To make base into salt, we have to add acid. Yes or no? So here, neutralization also, when the acid is combined with the base, then it gives acid as well as water. Okay, so water is, so when there is a reactants of acid as well as base, then it gives us acid and water. Okay, so here hydrochloric acid reacts with the sodium hydroxide to give sodium chloride plus water. That means on observing the heat, this is produced. So anyway, what sodium hydroxide when combines with the hydrochloric acid, it gives out heat, and along giving the heat, it gives out NaCl, hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride as well as water. This is neutralization reaction, which makes acid into neutralized by adding base, and which forms salt and water. Okay, next is photochemical reactions. So from here we will be discussing the changes which already we have when we have started during the starting of the lesson we have discussed what are the examples of different types of changes. In that we have an example. Reaction takes place when there is a light. Yes or no? So that reaction is called as photochemical reaction. When hydrogen and chlorine are kept in darkness, nothing happens. But when this hydrogen and chlorine gets with light, then it forms hydrochloric acid. Okay. In darkness, reaction does not take place. Whereas, if it is kept into the sunlight or light, it forms hydrochloric acid. Okay. So hydrogen and chlorine gives hydrochloric acid. This change is called as photochemical change. Why is it called as photochemical change? Because it absorbs light. Okay. Next is oxidation reaction and reduction reaction. They both are interrelated. Easy to understand. Oxidation means what? Combines with oxygen. Oxygen is combined with one other element. Reduction. Oxygen is removed from the compound. Okay. So here oxidation means when an atom or element or compound is combined with the oxygen. Oxygen moves to that element. Then it gives out one compound. Here carbon is an element, right? So this carbon is oxidized with oxygen. That means this oxygen is moved towards carbon. Okay, carbon and oxygen both combined to give carbon dioxide. Okay, that means we can say oxygen, carbon is oxidized. As carbon is taking oxygen, we can say carbon is oxidized to give out carbon dioxide. Okay. In the same way, reduction, it gives out oxygen, okay, to form element. Here, copper oxide is an element, okay, and carbon is also an element, okay. So, when reduction takes place, this oxide forms to this oxide moves to one more element. That means it is giving out the oxygen. So, that reaction is called as reaction. That means copper oxide when mixed with carbon, what happens? Copper is formed unless carbon monoxide is formed. Okay. So oxygen reaction, oxygen elements are removed. In oxidation, oxygen elements are combined. If it is combining, we are calling as element is oxidized. If it is removing or it is moving to another element, we can say an element is reduced. Okay, that means it is released by one oxygen element. Next is redox reaction. Redox means what? From these both we have obtained redox reaction. Okay. So what is redox reaction here? Carbon plus water gives out carbon monoxide plus water gives out carbon dioxide as well as hydrogen. Here both oxidation as well as reduction takes place. That means giving of oxygen takes place and taking of oxygen also takes place. See here, hydrogen, water. So okay, so water contains oxygen. This oxygen is moved to what? One of the compound, that is carbon monoxide, right? So it is moving. This is called as reduction reaction. So it is formed a single element. Whereas one compound, this carbon monoxide is oxidized by one oxygen element. So it is called as redox reaction where it forms carbon dioxide. One oxygen is moved to one more compound. That means this has remained as an element and it is making the oxidation, and carbon monoxide is oxidized here and hydrogen is reduced. Carbon monoxide oxidation is what? One oxygen is taking, one oxygen is moving to that, that is carbon dioxide and hydrogen in water. Oxygen is moved, what is left? Hydrogen is left. Okay. So these are few reactions. Along with that, we have few more reactions. They are reversible and irreversible changes. We have studied from last 6th class onwards. In the last year also we have discussed reversible and irreversible. Irreversible is that can be changed. Irreversible which cannot be changed. Irreversible is a chemical change. Reversible is a physical change. Yes or no? For example, from milk we have obtained curd. That is reversible or irreversible? That is irreversible. Why means from the curd we cannot make milk again. So there it is also endothermic reaction. Why? Because it is observing heat. Here also we have a lot of examples for the reversible and irreversible. So here carbon plus oxygen gives out carbon dioxide, but from carbon dioxide again we cannot get carbon and we cannot separate carbon and oxygen. So they are called as reversible and symbol will be only one. It will be arrow mark, it gives out. Okay. The symbol says it is a irreversible change. Whereas irreversible reactions are, it does not, which can be obtained social position also. See here, use what here? Nitrogen plus hydrogen when it is combined, it gives 2NH3, that is ammonia. Okay. Clear? That means this symbol says they are reversible and this symbol says they are irreversible. We have discussed regarding the examples of chemical changes only. When nitrogen and hydrogen are mixed with increasing its temperature and pressure, it forms it forms ammonia. Okay, then when we decrease the temperature or when we decrease the pressure, again it forms into nitrogen and hydrogen, same as evaporation. Okay, so where water is evaporated first, and again if we cool that water vapor, what happens? We will get water again. In this process also same. When pressure is applied on the nitrogen and hydrogen, it forms ammonia. Whereas pressure or temperature is decreased, we get hydrogen and hydrogen again. Okay, so that is reversible and irreversible changes. By using the symbol, we can say it is reversible or irreversible. Irreversible, we have only one symbol, one arrow mark. Whereas reversible, we have two symbols, two arrow marks. Okay, and one more example is catalyst. Okay, catalyst reactions. The same thing we have linked. Still faster, if we want to make reaction still faster, if we add one element, the reaction takes place much faster. Okay, so here nitrogen and hydrogen, when it is exposed to pressure and temperature, ammonia is formed. Okay, to make this reaction more faster, what we have used? We have used one more. Okay, that is molybdenum we have used. Yes or not? So by adding this molybdenum to hydrogen and hydrogen, the reaction takes place very fast and immediate ammonia is formed. So by using this molybdenum, we have to make the reaction faster. Yes or not? That molybdenum is called as catalyst. The catalyst is a substance which takes the reaction, which makes the reaction very fast, which makes the reaction to take fast. Okay. Next is electrochemical reactions. So here electrochemical reactions are nothing but the reaction takes place when electric current is passed through it. Okay. So best example is electrolysis. In electrolysis, with a glass jar or something, and then we small bottle, then we put two metal strips in that, and for these two metal strips we will be passing the electricity, and there will be aqueous solution in that. That means some solution in aqueous solution in the jar. Okay, so here in the jar aqueous solution is there, and two metal strips are also there, and when we pass the current to the metal strips, they act as a, that means the change of metals takes place. So here the reaction takes place by passage of electricity. That is called as electrochemical reaction or electrolysis. Okay, electrolysis still you can learn further. So here electrolysis is used in lot of ways. See, nowadays there is no difference. We have iron objects, right? Okay, we have iron objects. These iron objects get easily rusted. What is rust? Damaging, right? They immediately form a brown substance. To stop that, to make it give long life, we coat it with another metal. Okay, inside we will be having some metal, and outer layer will be coated with some other metal. That is done by this electrochemical reactions called as electrolysis. Okay, so here this iron bottle or iron substance is coated with the tin substance by using this electrolysis process. Here, whereas iron reacts with moist, tin does not react with the moist. Okay, so iron is coated with the tin layer, so its lifespan will be increased. This is about the rusting as well as electrochemical reaction. Okay, galvanization iron is formed when iron sheets are dipped in molten zinc and passed through heavy rollers. So when this iron is dipped in molten solution, molten zinc solution, what happens? It is coated with the zinc metal. Okay, so that it will be it does not get easily rusting. What is rusting here? Iron gets easily reacted with the water and oxygen. Okay, if the reaction starts place, the iron start decomposition. Okay, to avoid that, we are doing this electrolysis process or galvanization process. Galvanization is nothing but dipping the iron into a zinc solution. Okay, this is called as galvanization. Next is tinning. This is the process of forming a layer of tin layer on the iron substance. Okay, the next class we will be saying about the worksheet. Thank you.